Established in January 2019, the Red Hand is a bar determined to serve the best selection of beers. In many ways, the pub has a very New York feel. It's reminiscent of good bars in Brooklyn. The space is beautiful, with a practical, chic decor, opened by the Graceland Group team. The first thing you will notice in the space is the giant menu above the bar, boasting 17 drafts and a variety of 40 high-quality bottles. This includes beers from the US and Belgium too. If you like good beer, you need to know the Red Hand on Stock Newington High Street.
Hello Matt, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Thank you very much to find the time for have a chat with us. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm a bit tired. It's been a long couple of weeks getting ready and then remembering how to do everything.
So what do you think should happen to try to, change this situation, which definitely could harm not just you, but so many other pubs in London and the rest of the country? What should happen? Who should raise the voice and try to make a difference?
Well, I think it needs to be government-led. The government needs to force landlords to do rent reduction and easier access to credit. That's another thing that we struggled with, is finding loans. So it was meant to be easy to get loans. The government said, all banks should give loans to companies that are struggling. But the reality is very different. NatWest, the bank we use, went to them for one of these government-backed loans, and they refused and said, sorry, we're not giving loans out to this kind of industry. They're like, what? But we're surely the most vulnerable, one of the most vulnerable industries in this whole thing, and so this is what the whole point of the government-backed loans were for.
Exactly.
And they said, sorry, we're not prepared to take that level of risk. See you later. In the end, we managed to find a different provider with a government-backed loan, considerably smaller loan than we needed, really, and with very high rates of interest, which we don't have to pay immediately. We don't have to pay within the first year, but when the interest kicks in, it's going to be quite a burden. So we need to make sure that in a year's time we've got the right trading capacity to, we don't know what's going to be like in a year's time, right?
Yeah.
Before lockdown, we're doing pretty well. We're very busy. We seem very busy, and this is always the thing that people, like the layperson, I used to think before I worked in pubs, it's like, a pub's always really busy and it's great, I love it, and everything's great, so they must be making loads of money, right? But the fact is that we were only just getting by. We're only just scraping a tiniest amount of profit every month. Essentially, these kind of independent pubs usually aren't in it for money. Maybe you can make a little bit, but it's a lifestyle, it's a passion, and it's a community, which, is one of the reasons why we're open again. Last weekend we were all over the place. The customer experience was actually pretty good. Everyone had a great time, but we were pretty stressed, getting used to things. This weekend was smoother, but it's a lot more work doing full table service in a bar that's designed for everyone to congregate around the bar.
Yeah.
The bar.
It's a good sign. It means you're doing well. It means that all of your efforts will pay back, probably sooner than what we're expecting. And if there is a way, then people can come into a good way to come and support the Red Hand. This is your stage. Feel free.
That's what we need. We need customers coming back. And I don't want customers coming back who don't feel comfortable if they're worried about infections. We're all working through this one step at a time. It's like we have to start operating to get some money back in somehow. But this is the problem. It's not an easy. It's not like an easy thing. Just come to the pub, because there's this life-threatening illness everywhere, right? So. I don't know, support us if you can. We're going to be doing a web shop as well for some special bottles that we've got. So, and we're still doing takeaways, as we were doing 30% off draft.
Should we be positive about the short-term future of our industry? What do you think?
I think there's a lot of things to be depressed about right now, and as a manager, rather than owner of the business, I'm kind of insulated from a lot of the stresses of trying to keep the company alive. which is, you know, a bit blessing in the sense that I don't really know what's going on all the time, or have only an idea of it, but I'm safe so no stress. So in a way, for me and the staff here working day to day, it feels kind of positive because hospitality is a very positive industry. It's like it's all about making people happy and like serving people. So there's two different streams going on there, but yeah, we have to be hopeful.
Thank you for watching Turning the Tide, a What's in the Glass production. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions, email us at whatsintheglassuk@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. See you down the pub!